Hi, Kinder Crew. So happy to see you again. Today we are going to be working with our book, A Tree for Emmy again. And we're going to have the same learning target today. So remember, our learning target from yesterday was I can ask and answer questions about the characters, the setting, and the main events of A Tree for Emmy. So we kind of talked about the character. One of the characters on here is Emmy and her puppy. We kind of talked about the setting. A lot of where this takes place is outside, and we kind of learned a new word to describe this outside place. Remember that word pasture? And we started thinking about the main events or what was happening in the story. So today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. But today we're really going to be looking at the characters. And we're going to be thinking about how we can compare and contrast the characters' experiences. That means what happens to the characters. And we're going to see, is what happens to the characters the same, or is what happens to the characters a little bit different? And we're going to use this chart down here to help us. So on our chart, you'll see on this side, I have a picture of Emmy, and I have Emmy, E for Emmy. And on this side, I have her daddy and her mommy and her little sister. And I have the word family, F for family. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what happens in the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and at the end of the story. And we're going to see, what does Emmy do? What happens to Emmy? What does her family do? What happens to her family? And here in the middle, what do they share? What is the same that they experience or they do? Now remember, as we're reading our book today, we're also really going to lean on that character trait, critical inquiry. And this is going to help us stop and think, do we understand what's happening in the story? We also have our anchor chart right here that has a lot of great questions that we can ask if we need to stop to make sure that we understand. So just remember, if you are confused, let's stop and ask, can you please help me understand? If you don't know one of the characters, stop and think, who is this? If you don't know what happened, stop and think, what happened when? If you don't know where something is, stop and ask, where is And if you don't know what a word means, stop and ask, what does the word mean? So as we read our book, remember, keep all these questions in your mind so that we can use our critical inquiry to really make sure that we're understanding the story and thinking about the characters and what's happening to the characters, okay? A Tree for Emmy. Emmy loved all kinds of trees. Oak trees with acorns, pine trees with cones, willows with long swishy branches. But best of all, Emmy loved the mimosa tree and her grandma's pasture. Take a look at what Emmy is doing. I see she's sitting in a tree feeding a squirrel. It looks like she has a tree part right there, like a pine cone, and she's kind of looking around in the forest. Oh, she's giving a tree a hug. Oh, she has a nice tea party under the tree. Do you see her sister in any of these pictures? What about her mommy and her daddy? Let's keep that in mind. In spring, Emmy swung from the tree's strong, low branches. Look at me, she shouted. I'm a possum swinging by my tail. I declare, Emmy, said Grandma, that old tree is a lot like you, stubborn and strong and just a little bit wild. I have a question about a word. Do you hear this word right here, swung? Let's clap that word out. Ready? We're going to see how many beats it is. Swung. Oh, that was only one beat. Swung. What do you think the word swung mean? Look at Emmy in this picture. Yeah, swung kind of means she's hanging and she's going back and forth, huh? She swung on the tree. In summertime, the tree was covered with fuzzy pink blossoms. Emmy put one blossom over each ear. Look at me, she called. I'm a fuzzy bug with pink buggy feelers. Looks like she's using her imagination. I know some of my friends talked about how they use their imagination with Miss Annie. Looks like Emmy uses it to play with her tree. In fall, the tree's seed pods covered the ground. When Emmy shook them, the pods rattled like maracas. My tree, my beautiful tree, Emmy sang. She danced around the pastures, shaking the pods, stubborn and strong and just a little bit wild, just like me. Oh, wait, I need to stop because I'm feeling a little confused. And if I'm confused, I need to stop and I need to ask, can you please help me understand? Why does Emmy keep saying that the tree is stubborn and strong and just a little bit wild, just like her? Do you think that maybe she's saying that because she likes that the tree is strong and she feels strong too? I think she also kind of likes all the wild parts of the tree. Like, look how crazy all the branches go. It kind of matches her hair, huh? And I see she likes the wild parts, like the seed pods from the tree and the flowers from the tree, because those are things that she can use for her imagination to help her play, huh? I'm going to keep that in my mind. Emmy's yard didn't have a mimosa tree. It had willows and oaks and pines. They're nice, said Emmy, but they're not stubborn and wild. They're not like me. So I'm going to stop right there and let's take a look at our characters. Remember, we're thinking about what happened to our characters in the beginning of the story and if their experiences or if what they did was the same or if what they did was different. So let's go back and look through these pages. And I really want you to pay attention to what Emmy is doing. So I see Emmy's playing on the swing, on the tire swing on the tree. Looks like she's climbing trees and hugging trees. Looks like she's swinging from a tree. She's using her imagination with the tree. Dancing. So let's think. When we look at our character chart, what is Emmy doing at the beginning of the story? Yeah, you're right. She's swinging and playing and climbing. She's enjoying the trees, isn't she? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write that on our chart. She, and I know she is a sight word. Shh, S-H. Now let's look in the story and see what Emmy's family was doing at the beginning. Do you see Emmy's family here? I see her dog, but not her sister or her mommy or her daddy. What about in these pictures? Do you see any of her family? It doesn't look like they were playing with trees. What about here? Oh, I see Grandma. Is Grandma swinging from the tree or playing or climbing in the trees? No, she's not. What about here? Nope, still just Emmy. What about here? I see her puppy, but I think she's the only one in her family that's enjoying trees. So let's go back to our chart and let's add in for Emmy's family.
I'm going to use another sight word that we've been working on a little bit, the word they. And I know they starts with the letter T, T-H-Z. They did not play on a tree. They did not play on a tree.
Let's go ahead and read the middle. Emmy's birthday came in the summer. I want a mimosa tree for my birthday, she said. What would you do with it? Asked Mom. I'd love it and water it and play with it, said Emmy. Okay then, said Daddy. Let's go buy a mimosa tree. But buying a mimosa tree was not so easy. A mimosa? Said the man at the garden store. We don't have any of those. Why not? Asked Emmy. Mimosas grow wild. We don't sell them. Why not? Asked Emmy. Well, you don't buy wildflowers from the store, do you, young lady? Said the man. Stores don't sell clovers and dandelions. Clovers and dandelions are pretty, Emmy said. I see her daddy and her mommy in the back looking at trees. Looks like she's kind of feeling disappointed. "Sorry," said the lady at the next shop. "No one sells wild trees." "But it's going to be my birthday present," said Emmy. The lady smiled. "We have plum trees and peach trees, sweetie. They'll give you nice fruit." "But they don't have fuzzy pink flowers," said Emmy. "Well, here's a tulip tree," said the lady. "It has lovely pink blossoms in the spring." "Are they fuzzy?" asked Emmy. "Well, no," said the lady. "Do they have rattly seed pods that shake, shake, shake?" asked Emmy. "No," said the lady. "Pink, fuzzy seed pods make a dreadful mess. I'm sure your parents wouldn't want that." "We want what Emmy wants," said Daddy. "Come on, Emmy. We'll find you something else for your birthday." All right, let's stop there and let's think about what the characters are doing. So thinking about it again, at her birthday, Emmy asked for the mimosa tree, and her family, they all agreed with her. They said, "Okay, let's go get a mimosa tree." So I see that's not different. I think that's the same. They all agreed a mimosa tree would be a good birthday gift. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that in the middle. Emmy and her family wanted a mimosa tree. Let's keep checking and see if maybe they did something a little different or if they keep on doing the same things. There's Emmy at the store looking for her mimosa tree. What's her family doing? Yeah, her family also went to the store. And over here, Emmy's telling the lady she wants a mimosa tree. And what does her daddy say? Yeah, we want what Emmy wants. So I'm going to add another thing to the same because it sounds like Emmy and her family both said that they wanted a mimosa tree at the store. So they both went to the store to go look for the mimosa tree. So I'm going to put Emmy and her family go to the store. Right? They both go to the store to look for that mimosa tree. And I think they were both kind of disappointed when they didn't find one. So it looks like Emmy had some things that she experienced that were different than her family. She loved playing on the trees, but her family didn't really like playing on trees. But they had things that were the same as well in the book. They both wanted Emmy to be happy for her birthday and to get the mimosa tree for her birthday. And they both went to the stores to go look for the mimosa tree. Now, I have a very important question for you guys, especially since I know you guys have been using your critical inquiry and you guys have probably thought really long and hard and you could probably answer this question for me. Are you guys ready? Okay. With everything that we've learned about Emmy and how Emmy loved playing on the trees in the beginning of the story and even in the middle of the story when she asked for her very own tree, my question is, why? Why do you think she asked for the mimosa tree for her birthday? How about you guys send me a video answering that question? Why did Emmy want a mimosa tree for her birthday?